free in-home consultation.
He was going to kill me, it's believed, on the day that I was rescued.
Real people.
This is not you.
It's not me.
Real problems.
We thought, oh, well, they're going to let her go.
Real life solutions.
It will save lives, no doubt about it.
Investigate TV Plus.
From our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
A judge in Washington County facing almost 60 misconduct allegations. We break it all down next on News 12.
Plus, a stalled situation in Millen will end soon thanks to millions in federal funding.
Train will just stop everything that's going on in the city.
Top stories and more next on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
But first, we kick things off with a look at the weather. A first alert issued for Sunday. So, Riley, what are we looking at?
Just about 10 minutes.
Riley, thanks a lot. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at possible judicial misconduct in Washington County. A chief judge is facing dozens of counts ranging from alleged inappropriate jokes during court proceedings to sexual harassment. Will Rio, live in our newsroom tonight. So, Will, what have you uncovered?
Well, Robert Reeves, the chief judge for the Middle Judicial Circuit Superior Court in Washington County, is being investigated for 58 counts of alleged misconduct. Since this investigation started in 2022, Judge Reeves is still handing down sentences. Documents filed with the Judicial Qualifications Commission, or JQC, which conducts investigations and hearings about complaints of ethical misconduct by Georgia judges, shows formal charges filed against Judge Robert Reeves on November 16, 2022. The reason for the charges: to determine if Judge Reeves violated the Code of Judicial Conduct. In these 56 pages of documents, 58 counts are written out against Judge Reeves. Those counts detail incidents of alleged improper comments like this one in 2021. While Judge Reeves was talking to attendees, a man started to leave the courtroom. Judge Reeves then made this comment. This happened in an open court with members of the public, members of the bar, and other court personnel present. From at least 2016 through 2022, Judge Reeves allegedly engaged in a pattern of improper behavior that, at a minimum, gave the appearance of constituting sexual harassment and/or bias based upon the gender of various females involved in the Middle Judicial Circuit court system. The documents allege that included inappropriate contact with lawyers and stating they should wear bathrobes and bathing suits during virtual hearings. Another charge includes Judge Reeves' participation in a promotional video with the Sunshine House, which regularly has employees testify at the Superior Court of the Middle Judicial Circuit in cases involving child sexual and physical abuse cases. In conclusion, the director of the JQC is seeking disciplinary action for the above-stated violations of the Code of Judicial Conduct. In January, Judge Reeves gave his response to the formal charges, saying he denies most of the allegations or lacks knowledge of most of them ever happening. A few months later, in May, Judge Reeves files a motion to dismiss the charges against him. He claims the formal charges fail to state a claim for discipline for habitual intemperance, and most of the formal charges allege non-judicial conduct and therefore fail to state a claim for discipline for willful misconduct in office. 2 months later, in June, Judge Reeves' dismissal was denied by the JQC because the allegations contained in the formal charges, when taken as true, constitute violations of the Code of Judicial Conduct and warrant discipline. So what happens next here? According to the scheduling order, which sets deadlines for this investigation, after the latest paperwork was filed back in June of this year, a date for that final hearing will be set. We're working to find out when that is, and of course we'll update you as we learn more.
We'll be watching to see how all of that plays out. Will, thanks for the update there from our newsroom.
Stalled trains and inconvenience at times in a dangerous situation in others. This is a decades-old issue impacting urban and rural communities across the nation. From Augusta to the city of Millen and Jenkins County, the stalls can be dangerous. This is a video from our national investigative team showing people, even small children, trying to climb under the stopped cars to catch school buses.
Since 2019, more than 2,300 complaints of stalled trains have come out of Georgia alone, Millen being one of those cities. Now, the U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, along with both senators from Georgia, are here addressing the issue.
Cindy Hood has the details on the $12 million investment. There is one sound heard too often here.
Train will come and stop there for hours and hours and hours.
It's quite the inconvenience.
So look at that, look at this right here.
A train stopped us in our tracks during this interview.
This train been sitting there how long? So what are they doing?
That's the decades-old question drivers in Millen keep asking.
It's no joke. And to sit there for an hour, I have to pick my granddaughter up from school, and if I'm late picking her up, panic sets in.
Panic and frustration all around.
Stay on that other side of town. You can't go home because you can't go across the tracks because they're blocking that off too.
But that could soon change.
$12 million. Merry Christmas.
Call it the gift that keeps on giving or the gift that keeps on moving. So if you had a train that was just sitting on this track right here, it would block cars coming in from either Savannah or Augusta. So again, we're talking about people traveling in through town or big trucks that are traveling in and have business they have to do.
Being a former truck driver, it helps a lot because if you have to come down the bypass here and sit an hour or two with freight, your delivery is late, the truck driver, it's a no-win situation.
It's a situation Millen has dealt with for so long, and now it's catching the attention of those in charge.
Communities that have been waiting 10, 20, 30, sometimes 50 years for certain things to get done. It's finally happening, and it's happening on our watch because we did what it took to line those pieces up.
I love Millen, and anything that can change the momentum of how things are going in the city, and we get this overpass, it's great.
So with the $12 million from the federal government, the plan is to route the traffic either under or over the current tracks.
I'm proud and happy to say, let's build it.
These celebratory claps show it's a sign of a new future here. In Jenkins County, Sydney Hood, on your side.
And I think people in Augusta certainly sympathize with what
Oh
they're
my
dealing
gosh,
with
so
in
many
Millen.
trains in our area, but long overdue.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of work. We'll be watching that project.
Yeah, this week we uncovered new details about the sled investigation, looking into possible sex trafficking at massage parlors in Aiken County. During the raid in August, no one was arrested, but Friday in an undercover sting, sled did arrest and charge Ping Tang, who is connected to several of the massage parlors. As Hallie Turner explained, sex trafficking could be happening right under your nose.
Advocates like Dominique say trafficking is everywhere.
Most victims know their traffickers or have a relationship with their traffickers. So it's not like we can't even tell our kids stranger danger anymore because it's not a stranger.
And numbers are sky high in the state of South Carolina. There were 419 cases total of human trafficking in 2022, 399 of them involving those who she believes are most at risk. Minors.
They don't know they're being trafficked because trafficking now, the way it looks, it's a relational crime.
She says it's someone who is meeting their basic needs.
It's food, shelter, clothing, and even love. And they promise them that. And then at one point, the relationship changes to now you have to pay.
Which is why Dominique is making it her mission to make the community aware of the signs until she can open the only residential safe home for girls in Aiken County.
The kid who flips when they're in school and you don't understand where did that come from? That kid in the classroom for some reason cannot stay awake, and it could be they couldn't stay awake because they worked all night and they came to school.
In the places they can be.
Can be in your church. They can be going to school every single day.
In Aiken, Hallie Turner on your side.
And Bridge to Home is expecting to have their doors open by fall of 2024. We have more information about them on our website. If you or someone you may know may be a victim of trafficking, help is available. You can call 888-373-7888.
Coming up, are you still shopping for gifts? You are not alone. After the break, we'll show you how you can help local artists and check off that Christmas list.
And we are expecting heavy rain and some windy conditions on Sunday. We have issued a first alert. We'll have a look at that forecast just after the break. On sunrise, but rain moving in by sunset. Once we get past the weekend, we are drying things out next week, but take a look at those cold temps back down to the 20s 3 mornings next week.
If you want to shop local for those last-minute Christmas gifts, one boutique in downtown Augusta is helping highlight the work of local artists.
Please don't say last minute. It makes me panic a little bit. But Taylor
It's
Martin
last minute.
stopped by Wrdw to check out their holiday pop-up shop.
For 4 years, the Augusta Handmade Fair and Wrdw have partnered for Wrdw Boutique, highlighting local artists.
The Handmade Fair happens at select times throughout the year, but those of us in Augusta recognize that it created an opportunity for artisans to make really unique things for people to purchase, and it just made sense to have an offering around the holidays times that could sort of highlight that.
When you come out to shop, you'll find no two items are alike. From funny Augusta t-shirts, holiday cards, ornaments, earrings, and much more, the Wrdw Boutique brings unique, local items ready to be wrapped and put under the tree.
It's always a really successful thing. We have people that are waiting for it to open to come in and get stuff, and we have to make sure that our artisans bring us enough stuff so that something doesn't sell out while it's on offer.
Located in the heart of downtown on Broad Street, you have today and tomorrow to stop by and grab a few of these handmade gifts for your friends and family.
The money that you spend on local artists becomes things that goes into other businesses. It also inspires other makers to make things that are encouraging or inspiring for their family, friends, and community.
Keeping local artists in mind while you're holiday shopping. Reporting in Augusta, Taylor Martin on your side.
And as Taylor mentioned, the last day to check it out is coming up tomorrow.
Great spot to find some last-minute gifts. One nonprofit is creating a one-stop shop for community resources. We're taking you there next on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Okay. Feed your whole team with a 40-piece Chicken McNuggets for $10.99. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Social media and websites are a great tool to share information about resources in your area.
Now some nonprofits are looking to make a difference by looking to open a resource center on Washington Road. Nick Nealon talks to different organizations about what's coming.
Within these walls, a center is coming to open the door to anyone in the community that's looking for a resource to help, no matter your situation. A collaboration for the greater good. The Community Engagement Center is being built by a volunteer group called the Geezer Crew.
They've got a wonderful group of volunteers that comes in and they do the labor for them. So actually the costs are pretty minimal, but they're still there.
An investment into the community, giving people a place to go to find dozens of resources.
But this is also a space where we can teach them how to go after those things themselves and how to empower themselves. Not so much holding hands, but teaching them how to be their own hero.
Located on the border of Columbia and Richmond County on Washington Road, this central location will be open in early 2024.
It would be a great place to help serve those who are in need, not necessarily to replace the services that already exist in our community, but to introduce people to them, to educate them.
You know, they don't know to ask for a resource if they don't know it exists.
The Georgia Department of Health will use this space to teach classes.
Resources are paramount for a healthy community.
Gaining access to everyone to address all needs, not just one.
A woman is not interested in a mammogram if she doesn't have food on her table, lights on. And those are the resources that I need to tap into with this type of environment.
And this space is looking for volunteers who will be experts with the community resources to help guide those in the right direction. If you're interested, we'll have more on our website. And Augusta, Nick Nealon on your side.
And if you're a nonprofit in the community looking to be a part of this center, you can reach out to Habitat for Humanity of the CSRA for more information.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
While the Georgia Bulldogs are preparing for the Orange Bowl and also celebrating the holidays, the accolades for some of the Dogs' best players continue to pile up. The Associated Press, along with multiple other major publications, have released their official All-American teams, and 4 Dogs have found themselves on those lists. Defensive back Malachi Starks, center Cedric Van Pran, guard Tate Ratledge, and of course, tight end Brock Bowers, who also won the Mackey Award for the second year in a row and is the only person to ever do that. Georgia's schedule for 2024 is officially out, and after many people believing this year they did not have the strongest schedule in the world, I promise you there is no shortage of tough games next season. For example, the Dogs kick off the season in Atlanta against Clemson. They'll travel to Tuscaloosa for a revenge game against Alabama, And they're going down to Austin to face the Texas Longhorns, who along with the Oklahoma Sooners will be joining the SEC next season. Here's a full look at the Dogs' 2024 schedule. When you take into account the 2 neutral setting games against Clemson and Florida, Georgia will play 6 games in Athens, have 4 true road SEC games, 1 game at the Benz, and that annual game down in Jacksonville. But before we get to next season, the Dogs still have 1 more game to play against the Seminoles. I can confirm we'll have live coverage from Miami leading up to and after Georgia's battle with Florida State in the Orange Bowl. Kickoff is set for December 30th at 4 p.m. at Hard Rock Stadium.
That is a lot to look forward to right there. Dan, thanks so much. Tennessee Swamp is more than just a tourist attraction. It's a great place to learn more about our waterways and the wildlife that lives there. There's a lot of research going on there, too. Rachel Gonzalez is the research manager at the Tennessee Center for Water Sciences, and she's my guest for this week's One-on-One.
So we study the Savannah River a lot of the time, and what we study there, we have 7 sites, and each month we go out and take water samples at those sites, and we bring them back to our lab and we analyze them for nutrients.
So how healthy is our river? There's a lot more that goes into her studies. You can catch the full interview this Sunday at 6 a.m. and then online after that on WRDW.com. Just click the One-on-One tab. We're back after a quick break. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
This year.
On this Friday night, the countdown to Christmas is here, which means deadlines are fast approaching to ship your holiday gifts. What you need to know to ensure your packages arrive on time. That's all tonight right here on the CBS Evening News.
Remember, on Sunday, we have issued a first alert. We are anticipating heavy rain throughout the day and also some pretty gusty winds, maybe up to 30, 40 miles an hour at times. So make sure you are securing any loose items around. We got a lot of Christmas decorations out. That could definitely be an issue for us Sunday, along with rain totals potentially up to 2 to 3 inches area-wide. So some very heavy rain at times. From this system moving out of the Gulf of Mexico, this is just going to continue riding along the Georgia and South Carolina coast once we get later into the weekend. So this is going to bring us that heavy rain threat throughout the day Sunday and not get completely out of here until we most likely get into our Sunday night. Once we get into next week, we do see our temperatures drop again. We are going to see highs only in the 40s by next Tuesday and seeing those mornings back down in the 20s.
Riley, thanks. We're live again at the top of the hour over on 26 News.
Then we're back with Mornings 12 tonight at 11. We'll see you then. At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.